It is no secret that I like Lego Star Wars and I like the clones. And I specifically like not just the official, but also the custom. And so these are my top 5 clones in my collection today. Now, for me, that can always change because what is my favorite today may not be my favorite. And by no means because they're not my favorite doesn't mean that I don't like them. Now, clones are the lifeblood of the Clone Wars, which is one of my favorite TV shows. It's one that I rewatch frequently. It's probably the most watched show for me. I go back and I watch seasons 1 through 7. And over the years, not only has Lego put out more clones that we're asking for, like named characters, like Fives came in the Tandem 4 all the way this year. And whether he was done well or not, that's up for debate. But Lego's kind of giving us what we're asking for, maybe not always in the best quality. You know, we've gotten 2 Rexes now, Commander Cody, Fox, Captain Vaughn, so we're getting all these name characters. Lego, as well as custom companies, have been around for 10, 15 years doing the same thing, giving us exactly what we want, and even, you know, doing alternate versions of characters. One of the good things that Clone Army Customs does is they do kind of alternate versions of characters. Like they've done Fives and Echoes as Commandos and instead of ARC Troopers, kind of things like that. Or you get Delta Squad in Teenage Mutant Ninja colors. Like those kind of things that people are being very creative with how they do things. And you have a company like GCC, which their whole mission is making characters not only that Lego wouldn't make in the style that Lego wouldn't make them in, but improving upon characters that Lego is making and making them better than Lego would. And for the most part, they do succeed, although it does make them kind of pricey. But these 5 are my absolute favorite right now, and let's kind of take a closer look on them and why they're my favorite. We're going to start in the number 5 spot. We have the Specialist from 75345, and then I did customize his macro binocular with a little bit of Sharpie. It's not the best job, but I do think he looks really good. And he's one of my favorites. He's kind of unique, only trooper that Lego created that has the macro binocular attachment, and his rifle looks pretty good too. I like the candlestick. It's a very simple design that I really appreciate. He didn't need any arm printing, so he doesn't have any. Just blue arms is fine with me. Looks pretty good. And I do kind of want to maybe give him a backpack at some point, which I haven't already. And he's got the little marking there on his chest, but for the most part, he's just a regular 5 little first trooper. And his backside here, nothing. You know, he's half decent here. He looks pretty good. And he comes in at the number 5 spot for my top 5 favorites. Coming at number 4 is Imperial Crosser. I like him, you know, mostly because this is a little pat on my back because I did kind of, you know, design rifle and backpack and, you know, worked with a collection of parts to kind of figure out and then ordered them all in the right color. So that's kind of why I like him. Lego did print his backpack on, but I prefer my brick built one. And then just this Imperial Crosser looks really good. I like the green visor and just his whole printing on his like black elite armor there, I think was a very well done. Now I would like to add a Republic Crosser that looks just as good into my collection, but I haven't found one yet that I really like. Sad to me that I am putting Fives in the middle at number 3, being my favorite character and favorite clone, but out of the ones I own, like, don't get me wrong, I like him and I think that GCC did a great job with this figure, and I've done a full review on him before. I did add in the Cape Cantina pauldron, which I think just adds that little bit of extra oomph to him and make him look a little bit better. You know, his knees aren't the most accurate, but it's kind of hard to figure out exactly what exactly is the accurate print for his legs and knees. There's a lot of variations, it looks like, but his legs do look really good and are pretty close to what they should be. I mean, dual molded legs would really work for Fives. Dual molded with pad printed gray all the way around, and then just put some blue stripes on there. And you know, the argument is whether his knees are blue or are they white. But that's not here to argue about that. I think the helmet, GCC knocked out of the park. I think looks really good, better than Lego, and the Rishi Eel comes across really nicely, and it's on a official Lego helmet, pad printed of course. Kind of go over some of it quickly, show you off some of his arm printing. And I like the gray, which like ARC Troopers have a bigger gauntlet that is partially gray with comics and all that, and I think they did a pretty good job there. And then his back, regular clone back printing there. I don't have a backpack on him yet, but overall not too bad. Coming in at number 2 is this Jesse, which is a UV printed Jonak Toys body with a CAC helmet, and I think it's Jonak Toys head as well underneath, which in this video I'm not going to show you. The prints look pretty good. The pauldrons, I don't remember where I got them, but I don't think that they're Cape Cantina, and I don't think that they're the most accurate, but they're what I have right now, and they are not the best quality because they are fraying, and they're only a couple months old. And here's his back printing, looking pretty good, and I really like the dark, I really do like his helmet and how dark blue it is, and the printed Republic logo on there just looks really good. Moving on to top favorite clone is gotta be this, my oldest custom clone of Gregor. I think I got this in like 2015. I believe he's a CIC. I'm not entirely sure on that. Like how good his torso looks really good. Like this is definitely not the camo one, or just doesn't have a lot of scuffs and dirt. It's very clean. Now some dirts and battle wear would also look really good on a Gregor. And on the side he has his arm printing. They do print on the commando armor. I wish that there was like a cloth piece that someone made, and I've been looking for one that would better suit commando armor. One for like Gregor, and I'd want to pick up one for my hunter and all that. His helmet with all his tally marks looks excellent. The blue visor, all of that, like really, really good on Gregor. And this one is before CAC started doing wraparound printing. Very clean. I really like everything about him. And he has his commando backpack as well that looks very good, very basic, but a pretty good, clean look there. Well, that is my top 5 clones in my collection. If you want to see a full review of any of these other figures, most of them I've done before, which will be at the end screen coming up in a minute. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe for more just like this.